Woo! Welcome here. You're thinking, Tim, why are you outside the shop? Aren't you normally in the shop doing this? Yes, but you know why? Because for some reason, which I cannot explain, we are out of power at the shop. It'll make more sense as we come in. But anyways, let's jump into this week's video. I'm taking you along on showing you part 2 of what we're working on here. If you haven't seen part 1, it's right here. Forging the most expensive material I've ever forged. Something like that. If you haven't seen it, you can click right there. Not on the tank, right there. Yes. So let me grab the parts we're working on. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the part we built last time. Oh, the power's back. The power's back. Woo! Let's go, Martin. So last week, or in the last video, we made this part. You haven't seen, oh yeah, you've already seen it. You've already seen that, right? Yes, you have. Okay. So what we've done, which you haven't seen, is we've drilled the holes in here. There's 4 of them, they're threaded, and that's how this thing will get attached on. So what we really, the stress has been, is working on this part here. And so the way this works is this is, oh man. Oh, I gotta slow down. We cannot drop this part. It's been a long couple of days, guys. Just bear with us here. It's been a long road. Okay, this project's almost done. So threaded rod, or threaded hole, threaded rod. So that sits in there. So that's step 1. We've had to do that. Every single thing on this part is really sequential. So you have to do it in order. So once this is on, then what we could do is mill this slot in here. Now that the slot's been milled in there, oh, and we also, milled the slot and then worked on drilling this hole in here. So once we've got the slot in here, this has been the big hassle for us to figure out which way we want to go about it. Hang on, I'll just show you. I did show you in the last video, but I'll show you again. So this part sits like this, it comes up, and then it turns 90 and stays like that until you turn it 90 back, and then it goes down. And so what the struggle has been is to get this groove to go the 90 degrees around the pin. So the first sample we did is we just put it in the lathe and machined it all down and then put pins in to stop it from turning, or to make it so it only turns 90 degrees. it just looked really tacky, and I was like, I cannot live with that. So the milling machine, when we got it used, it came with a rotary table, but it was set up with a motor. It was originally set up for CNC. I described that a little bit. I'll go to Tim talking about that right now. So how we're gonna achieve that is using this tool here. I've never used this before. It came with the lathe. It's called a rotary table. So not super familiar on it, but basically it just rotates. So this one actually used to have a motor on it because this machine used to be really old CNC, like it used to use an eye to read the paper with the dots on it as it came through. That's all been taken off. So I took the motor off and I've just made it manual now. So there you can see it rotates. Actually, I'll bring you in closer here so you can see better. So I just purchased this part here that's on the table. It's just bolted on. And it's a C5 collet holder, and this is a 1-inch collet. So we're gonna stick our shaft in here. You slip that in, and then this just tightens up, and then it's tight. So that's gonna be really slick. And then we'll put this on the milling table, and then we can come in and just mill our slot by rotating it. So I'm pretty pumped up about it. Obviously a little bit nervous because we put a lot of time into this. So what we're just gonna quickly do now is put it on the table and true it all up. That's probably gonna take a lot of work. The cool thing is once we got it trued up though, it'll be really quick to do them all because they'll all be on center. It should be pretty slick. Here we go. We're gonna started to true up this base, this collet holder. So it's really stupid to do when it's sitting horizontal because as you loosen the bolts to adjust it, gravity is against you. So this is our setup to get this thing running true. Okay, so this is the setup here. We could have done this all underneath here, but we didn't want to take out the vise because then we got to re-true that up when we're done with this thing. So we left this in, stacked all these bars and everything up so we can get the dial indicator here, so that we can run it to get it true. You guys can see that, but the indicator is bumping like 3 thou and then back and forth. There's dips on that surface, which is crazy. So hopefully we land on a higher and a higher, or low and a low to get our overall measurement. Oh boy. So this is hopefully the final setup here. Oh, bump this to 0. So this base here is an Amazon special, and I guess this surface has just got waves in it. You can't tell it. Looks good, but watch when we run the indicator over it, how much it bounces. Okay, it's not bouncing at all right now. What was going on, Martin? That was so funny. We're clouds. Now the whole world knows it. It's looking really good though. It's got, you can, okay. Oh, it's just on this end it's got the wave. It's about a 1 thou wave though, so, oh wow, that's definitely at the end. It's got a big, yeah, it's got a dip at the end. Amazon. Oh, you know what, for us and what we're targeting today, oh, so there you can see the wave. There you can see it as clear as day. Is it the machine? Is it like the screw? This is way more sturdy. Not sure what's going on with that, but we're gonna roll with it. It'll be Wow, interesting. It'll be good. All right, here we go. Real McCoy. So now we're just going to take this and put it on the rotary table and machine that groove down there. So that's where we're at. Martin's doing his last pass on the first test piece to see how this goes. So we're going to jump into the shop and take a look at that. Okay, we just got this finished here. This is the first one out of the 4 that's done. And it is pretty smoking cool with that groove in there. So happy that the rotary table worked really, really good for that. I was pretty nervous about having so much distance from where it was being held to where we were machining that we were going to get a lot of vibration, but it's very, very sturdy. So before we go to the closing shots of this piece, really appreciate you watching and supporting me on here on YouTube, and it would really mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to the channel. Always trying to pump out these videos for you. Anyways, let's go to the closing shots, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.